Dude, they should just recast. We're recasting Tobey Maguire. We've decided. No, we're recasting Andrew Garfield because he deserved a third movie. And
No, Andrew Garfield's gonna be
there
playing
was
as.
a whole room
He's gonna be
setting
playing
up
as
setting
Ben.
up all those characters.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna say played by Ben Affleck.
No. He's gonna take over as Ben Park, Uncle Ben, and he's the one who's gonna die.
Ah.
Yeah, it's payback for letting Gwen die. So
I have I have a YouTuber that's just like convinced that like the trailer stuff is just like a setup or something. He was just going on like what
wait.
if what if
What's the setup?
like
What's the
what if
setup?
What if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield like don't show up and like we're all just like really disappointed
I mean,
because I'm like
honestly, at this point, if that happens, I like I'm not gonna feel sorry for anyone. If people get pissed off about it, that's on them. If it actually genuinely like if it doesn't happen, like we don't get a crossover, that's on everyone else. Like trying to like
I mean
racing
it's
their.
enough that like it's enough that they got what's the J. Jonah Jameson? It's enough that they got like the same guy for J. Jonah Jameson
And the
and
same actor for
and
Doc Ock.
Doctor, yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I expect if it doesn't happen, that
Yeah.
sucks. But you
And
know,
William Dafoe is like super confirmed now.
oh, he is.
So
He is. Okay.
I'm 98% sure that he's confirmed.
Oh, that's awesome. Why did you see like
96
a post or something
a
to
whole
confirm this?
96% sure. At least a solid 89% sure that it is confirmed that he is in the movie in some way.
Okay.
It is not James Franco.
But New Goblin was my favorite character.
Andrew Garfield has explicitly said on interviews that like
He's not.
if he
He's
is
not
in the
in.
movie, if he is in the movie, he doesn't know about it. Oh my
No,
god, why
but
are we recording
I'm pretty
this
sure on
and
like
having
on
this
many
conversation?
occasions he's just been like straight up like no, I'm not in those movies. And there was a small edit of his
A
fake
deep
his
fake. Yeah.
no, not deep fake. He's being interviewed on like one of these talk shows,
All right.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Fallon
Fallon, I
or
think, yeah.
something. And he's on this big screen, and everyone's like watching him, and he's saying like, no, I'm not in the video. But then someone took a screen grab, and then extended the what was seen on his camera to the left, and you just see like this gun pointed at his head. I don't know. I don't know if you can picture that, but that's the general gist. It's very funny. Anyway, so
Okay,
what do
that's
you
our
what
next topic. We're talking about Spider-Man
oh,
away from home.
are we talking about Spider-Man Away from Home? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to
Yeah.
do? Okay.
That's
Well,
what I wanted to.
I'm pretty excited. I honestly okay. Here's a very controversial and shitty thing to say about the Spider-Man MCU movies. I don't like them as Spider-Man movies. I like them as being part of a wider, larger universe, but I
Right.
don't like them as Spider-Man movies. I would genuinely I would love to see a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie where it's just him. It's a simple movie with where it's kind of
It's not.
it's centered around him and his life and the villains that he faces.
Wasn't that kind of the second Spider-Man? Because like the first one was very Iron Man, and this one is going to be very Doctor Strange.
Well, again, with the second movie with Far From
But
Home,
the middle one wasn't
he
really.
like again
He
it was
just went, like,
connected.
Mysterio.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
with exactly. But like, and Mysterio was initially like thought to be part of the multiverse, and it's expansive and that's great,
Hmm.
but it just didn't feel like a Spider-Man movie, and which makes no sense because what do I know what is a Spider-Man movie? And maybe I'm thinking of the old Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi
You're just
movies
thinking of
that
the, like
that
Tobey Maguire
that
movies,
do
yeah.
feel like Spider-Man movies, but I don't hold those movies at such a high regard that I'm like, oh, that's definitely a Spider-Man movie. That's the only way to make a Spider-Man movie. There's no other way to do it. But they at least felt like standalone movies that, um, that just stood as their own their own movie. And
But
with the MCU Spider-Man movies, it's not
mm,
standalone. It's always
he had
connected
to
to
come in.
something, and
He had to he had to come in and be.
yeah, and
But
it's always
it's
connected
not
to
saying.
Iron Man. It's always connected to the multiverse. There's always something else, and it kind of like takes the focus away from this very interesting character that you really want to relate to more. Um, which hopefully they'll
All
do.
right, I was just gonna interject to what you were saying earlier, and I think we do sort of hold the Tobey Maguire, and I even enjoyed the Andrew Garfield films, and I hold them to like a pretty a high standard as to what a Spider-Man movie can be. But I think a lot of those movies uh took away the like core elements of Peter Parker as a teenager at high school. Like most of them had like one or two scenes where he was at high school. I think he graduated like immediately after like the first 5 minutes of
Yeah,
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
And fair enough, because all of the kids in that school were in their 30s.
Way too many jokes about all the characters looking like they're in their 30s already have been made, but still does it never gets old. Anyway, carry on.
I'm pretty sure there's like characters with like full beards in the background.
I
I'm
love.
16.
I think Mr. Sunday Movies commented on it pretty well, where they were like, and then this 30-year-old guy named Flash Thompson decided to try and beat up this high school kid. No. He no, he explicitly said that. Yeah, so these two random like 30-year-olds just decided to find this high school hallway, and all the kids were surrounding them. Anyway, very very funny. So fuck, sorry, I completely
What
lost
my point
train.
was is that maybe the Peter Parker, the Tom Holland Peter Parker, he's not swinging around on buildings as much, or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
every other scene is a fight scene, because we're seeing him in high school going to prom on a field trip. Um, but I think that this third movie has the opportunity, because I don't think Peter's going to be at school for very long before he just has to go on the run and try and like save the world. I have hopes for this movie, because I think it's finally going to be like, you're on your own, Spider-Man. Like there's nobody else
yeah.
except Doctor
All
Strange. But
yeah, and also all the cool gadgets that Tony left behind for him. But like, okay, so my issue isn't the fact that he spends too much time doing like high school stuff.
right.
My issue was that it's always connected to um to other supporting characters. I mean, supporting characters, not necessarily. Honestly, I don't think I have a clear idea of why exactly I don't
Why it's not
like
a
those movies.
Spider-Man movie.
Like what you mentioned, which is pretty interesting, is the fact that there isn't a lot of like swinging past buildings and doing a lot of Spider-Man
Yeah.
stuff. But that's okay as a starting movie in Homecoming. That was fine because you still got like friendly neighborhood, small town Spider-Man, and there was a bit of kind of Spider-Manning
Yeah.
in that regard. But
I I don't yeah, because I think that's something that he as a teenager has to like work himself up to. Like there was that joke where he was at the party and he was in like suburbia and there were no buildings for him to swing off of.
yeah, yeah,
And it was funny because it was like, oh, you just think like, oh, Spider-Man just swings everywhere. Um
and that
it's like,
idea has
yeah.
been explored in the comics before. Like he went to do a video shoot in the middle of the desert, and but all along it was like a goblin trap or something.
I think it
And
was Mysterio. If it was,
okay, well, yeah, maybe. Uh, no, I think it was the goblin, and then
it was Green Goblin.
and then he finds himself in a cave, and then there's the Hulk there. It was a very
Right.
weird
No, I do
chapter.
know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
you do. Anyway, so but yeah, I like the idea of like his main not power, but his main like method to fighting crime is swing past using tall buildings and stuff. Anyway,
Mhm.
so
The writer, the I think it was, I don't want to misquote Stan Lee or Jack Kirby, but one of them, I believe, said that if it ever seems impossible for Spider-Man to be swinging on something, you
just
have to imagine there's a helicopter flying
yeah,
over him. Yeah,
yeah. No, I remember that.
yeah.
I like that. And like that's basically all the Tobey Maguire swings. Like some of those swings just don't make any sense. I think the main one that comes to
Yeah.
mind is in the finale between Doc Ock and Spider Man, and he saves MJ. He like swings off the warehouse, but it's in the middle of a lake or something.
Right.
And they just kind of like swing
How,
away,
how,
and I'm just like, okay. Is
how
there a
can we?
crane there? Maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how can we forget the infamous jumping the crane from Andrew Garfield when all the cranes turned so that he
Yeah,
could swing through the city.
yeah.
Actually, that's not bad. That's like a
No,
logical. That's a logical way of thinking.
that is pretty logical. But at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, but like Spider-Man should have the length of his web should be long enough to like use the
Yeah.
buildings because they are like pretty lined up to get to all the buildings are pretty lined up to swing
I
from.
don't. I
But
don't want to. Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I don't,
we're trying to apply way too much logic to a superhero movie. Anyway, yeah.
I don't want to diverge too much from Spider-Man, but I've been watching Arrow, and I love that Arrow has just become Spider-Man in the regard that he just like he shoots a rope arrow and he just swings away. And like nobody in the like special effects department or whatever was like, he's kind of Spider-Maning right now. Like maybe maybe he should like, because I guess the like he can't grappling hook everywhere, right? He'd run out of arrows. So like the idea is that he grapple hooks and then it retracts or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just Spider-Maning. Um, I can't
I
really
think
remember.
it's so hard
Yeah,
to diverge from powers that kind of
yeah.
encapsulate the swing of Spider-Man, like in My Hero Academia when someone like the Zero, the character who has like tapes in
Uh,
his arms and he swings, and now Deku recently got a new like black whip power that allows him to attach himself to different like objects and stuff. Like
I
there are
don't quite
constant
kind of.
like references
Yeah.
to Spider-Man because that's just how iconic he is.
I mean, I think the sellotape guy, he is like the Spider-Man knockoff of My Hero Academia.
In a way,
Um,
yeah,
and I was gonna say even Sue will like stick her tongue on and like swing on it to get to places. Um,
yeah, yeah.
kind of Spider-Man.
And
I was yeah.
honestly, it kind of like it's such a common thing. I don't know, like the like swinging shouldn't be attached to like a single superhero. Like anyone can do it, But
Hmm.
because again, he's so iconic, it's just that connection is
Yeah.
immediately made.
I was trying to remember because I know in the comics, Daredevil sort of swings from building to building. Does he do that in the Netflix show at all? I can't really remember. It's been too long.
No. It's a lot of parkour stuff.
Oh
A
right.
lot of free running
Yeah.
parkour things.
And then
Um,
my next sort of segment that I wanted to go on was did you watch that like documentary on Japanese Spider-Man?
uh, I do not. I do not.
Did not. So what was really great about that is that all the special effects and stuff that they did were like practical effects because they didn't have any budget to make this show. So a lot of it was just like tricks like putting the camera on its side and like um climbing along a like the floor instead, but like you put it sideways and it's like the wall, or he's on a harness. And the director or like the stunt coordinator was always like, "Oh, make it more spider-like," you know. So if you ever see any like Japanese gifs of like Spider-Man, like that one with him with the hammer, where he's like hitting something on the ground,
Oh
he's
my
always
gosh,
yeah,
yes, yeah, yeah.
he's like crouched over and his legs are up in the air because it was very important that they like captured those poses. Um,
Yeah. See, okay, so I think I'm starting to formulate something in my head about around why I don't feel like Spider-Man is Spider-Man in the Tom Holland series
in the MCU.
in the MCU franchise. So like when you make a Spider-Man movie, in my mind, this is just from a completely what's the word co- consumer perspective. I feel like you need to have like a point list of things that you need to pull out from the comics and stuff that you need to touch on, and iconography and images that you need to kind of insert into scenes and parts of the and
Yeah, well, like what are the essentials of Spider-Man?
exactly. So
We've
like
already sort of said like we haven't seen enough web swinging maybe from Tom Holland.
exactly. And what I found in the Andrew Garfield movies was that he didn't really like so. Like this is really
Very
this
nerdy.
is
He wasn't very
okay. He
nerdy.
wasn't very nerdy. That's one of them. A nitpicky one is he didn't really do that the hand gesture of putting his two middle fingers onto his wrist. I mean, or in his palm when he like
Right.
shot a web out, like stuff like that. Nitpicky, but I feel like that builds onto the characters being Spider-Man. You know.
Yes, how
And
important body language is
yeah,
at being Spider-Man.
yeah,
Like you're not like a person climbing up a wall. You're a spider. You know.
exactly.
So here's a fun little activity I just thought of that we can sort of use to wrap up the conversation. Why don't we rank the Spider-Man movies? Like all the movies that have come out.
All the movies. That is
All-
6, 5. So it's going to be
like 7 movies,
So
right?
let me just
Yeah.
be clear of where I stand with the Sam Raimi
Right.
movies.
Right.
I don't think Sam Raimi made the perfect Spider-Man movies or the characters. Like I don't like Tobey Maguire. I don't like the suit that much. I think that it definitely unlocks a nostalgic thing in the back of my brain, but I still don't think the perfect Spider-Man has been made on the big screen. There isn't the perfect live action
Connor,
Spider-Man.
are you telling me that you don't like Pizza Time?
I didn't know how to tell you this, but I think so. I think so. But if we have to rank
Okay.
it,
We're ranking them. We're
let's do
ranking
it.
them.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So I think again, these aren't perfect movies, so none of them are going to be an S.
Oh.
In fact, I don't think there's going to be like an A movie. No, you know what? No, there is going to be an A movie. Okay, so A for me is going to be the second Spider-Man Sam Raimi movie with
Right. Doctor Octopus.
you know, it's you know why. I think the viewers know why. It's obvious. Okay, so and then
Okay, don't explain yourself. That's not the point. Just
okay, and then B I would say would be the first Spider-Man Sam Raimi movie. Then C,
yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay.
Okay. D. Wait, can I put more
You're-
than one like
You
movie?
can put more than
Okay.
one. Yeah,
Okay.
you can put more than one in it.
Okay. Okay.
Tier, yeah.
Okay. See.
You want to reevaluate?
Honestly,
Shall I?
honestly,
Shall
I would put all
mine.
I would put all the MCU Spider-Man movies on at C,
Yeah.
and then D. No. E. You know, actually,
E.
E. Yeah, no. E.
E.
Okay. E. E would be Spider-Man 3 Sam Raimi, and then
Right.
like the second Andrew
Like
Garfield.
you're not giving it an F.
Yeah, and no. I'll get to that. F would be the man, this is so hard actually. I think
I'm sorry.
the
I
rest.
should have. I should have like let you do this before. I
Yeah,
should have let you prep for the.
yeah.
You could have just presented me with your.
It's okay. It's okay.
your-
So I think the rest of the movies would be at E.
would be at E.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
I don't-
trying to think of what my favorite.
I don't want to
movie
put
is. I think
I just don't want to put any of the movies at F because they'll just different aspects of each movie that I do
mean,
like.
Yeah. It can be your like you can't really like completely dismiss Spider-Man 3 because Sandman's story was so good.
Yeah.
Like whatever Harry was doing, psh, yeah. and
Like there's
and the Venom stuff was good, but it wasn't like fleshed out enough. Like it was very rushed.
yeah, and I hated the
Um,
design. It was just horrible.
mm. Oh, I guess we could put like the Venom movies on there too.
No,
all the
no
Ven-
thanks. Okay, what would be your ranking?
Okay, my ranking. All right, so I'm gonna go. You know me. I'm always controversial, and I'm gonna say that I actually really enjoyed Amazing Spider-Man 2. So for
Oof.
me, that's gonna go B tier. B tier.
Ah,
I'm not gonna go A tier.
oh
I don't want
man.
to.
Oh
Yeah,
man, oh man.
you know what? It's A tier. I liked when Electro played Itsy Bitsy Spider on the coil, and I wept when Gwen Stacy died. I thought it was brilliantly done. Nobody saw it coming, and it was brilliantly done. Um, I like the first Tobey Maguire. I think it was very comic booky, which was great. I'd also give that you know what? First Tobey Maguire I think got an A tier. Or yeah. Second Tobey Maguire could be an S tier. The third one D tier. Amazing Spider-Man 1 very forgettable in my opinion compared to the second one. So I think that gets a D as well. And then who am I missing? Oh, the MCU Spider-Man movies. Probably a C. Yeah, also probably a C. They were enjoyable movies, but they're not like my favorite. If I'm watching through the MCU movies and I get to the Spider-Man, I'm not like, oh yes, so excited. You know, it's not the
Yeah.
same reaction that I have to like the Guardians of the Galaxies. You know, and then I would put Venom at a D as well. Can I tell you that I found Venom to be the funniest movie. I was the only one laughing in the cinema. But just so much was so I laughed at the bad jokes. I laughed at the good jokes. I laughed at jokes that weren't jokes.
Weren't jokes. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was definitely
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
The tonally that movie was just all over the place. I think that's why I couldn't really like grasp whether or not I liked it. But looking back now, I can honestly say it was an enjoyable movie, just not a good movie by any standard. Just not a good movie, but still enjoyable.
And that's why they're making a second one.
That's why they've made a second one. I'm pretty sure it's out actually.
Wait a second.
Oh my god.
Oh, we should go and watch it. And then
We should.
it.
Should we make plans over this recording? Yeah. So
And
I'll meet you on
Yeah.
next
we'll
next
go
week.
watch it. Yeah, you can't get out of this.
Oh no.
Next week we'll go and watch Liberty Con.
Sweet.
We'll take Cade. He can buy the popcorn.
Awesome. And the tickets. Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So thanks for coming to our Spider Talk. If you spider enjoyed it, leave a spider like and spider subscribe.
Oh God.
Uh, I like to make our intros, our outros just a little cringy, just a little memorable.
I think so.
I've been your host, Chris.
I've been your co-host Connor.
Why not like and subscribe?